Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, my name is Thomas Bedenk. I'm game designer with Zeit Games. We're based in Berlin. We're an independent game developer.
So tell me a little bit about your team.
We started out back in 2008 as a student team. We took a part in this game programming class. And in order to sign up for the class, we had to develop a 3-day prototype. You could already go back in time in that game. The main mechanics were already there. And then during the semester, we developed it to a more full-featured prototype. We didn't have boss fights and all those things yet, but the main mechanics, the main fun was already in there.
What influenced you to make this game and take it a little bit further than just the classroom?
Our professor back then was Andy Neal, who is also co-developer of Osmos. He, throughout the semester, told us a lot about the independent game spirit, the independent games community, and he really inspired us to submit our prototype to a variety of different competitions. After the semester was over and we had a pretty solid prototype, we submitted the game to the Dreamville Play. That was already a big success. We decided to also submit our game to the IGF 2009, and surprisingly, we made it into the student final right away. We were in the student showcase. It was really exciting when we first heard about our IGF nomination. We got emails from the media publishers that were interested in taking our game to the next level. And that's also the point where we said, okay, we're gonna try this for real. We're gonna make a company, we're gonna finish developing this game, and we're gonna bring it to Expo. It was our first time for all of us in San Francisco, and it was just awesome to meet all the game developers and everyone who played our game live. That was one of the first times that we could actually show our game to a broader audience, and it was great to see them play our game at the booth. That's also where we made contact to RCP. They helped us with actually founding a business and doing business development, helping us with preparing the pitch and finding a publisher.
Where did you get your resources then to grow from a student team to an actual business?
Actually, when we came back from GDC, the first year after it was pretty tough because we still didn't have funding. So the good thing is that we got free offices from the university. That was really a great thing, and they also helped us to try to get public funding, and that's how we got the Exist public fund.
Okay, so you guys actually were quite lucky in that situation. So you have these resources, you have the office. What happens within this year that you have all of this support?
We had to focus on improving our prototype of Zeit Squared because what we wanted to do is take an improved prototype and pitch it to different publishers over the year and try to sell it so a publisher would finance finishing the game.
Tell me about the actual moment that you found your publisher.
Yeah, it wasn't until a year later that we took part in the Indie Games Challenge. That was another competition, and this time we were able to go to Las Vegas to the DICE conference. It was really nice to again see a different aspect of the industry, because at DICE conference they're more the executive people, and while at the GDC they're more the game developers meeting up. We got the chance, because we were in the IGC, to pitch our game to a variety of people from Microsoft, Epic, NBA, and we also had the chance to show our game to Ubisoft, and they were really excited about it. They really started to asking us what we want to do with this, and we told them that we would really like to bring it to Xbox Live Arcade because we think it's just a perfect platform for our kind of game. And they liked the idea, and then we basically right there got into talking about the contract and what would work for us and how much money we need.
How important is it to you to actually be an indie team, for example? Because you're teaming up with a publisher, how do you still keep that identity of being an indie team?
Well, there's still the in the spirit in what we do. We're basically a bunch of students who wanted to make a great game, and we didn't want to compete with these blockbuster games like AAA titles. We really wanted to take this innovative concept and bring it to people who enjoy playing new things.
Okay, so it's actually quite a long time between the time that you started the game and by the time until now that your game Zeit Squared is coming out on XBLA in January. How hard was it to put all of this together?
It was a long journey developing this game from the first 3-day prototype over the semester final version, and then the IGF submission, the DICE submission, and now the final game. The basic concepts were already there in the original prototype, but there's so much that goes into refining, into polishing the game, into implementing more levels and designing boss fights that are interesting to play. So it's just a long process, and people say that the last 10% of the game take 90% of the time. And you know, bringing a game to Xbox Live Arcade, you also need to meet a lot of technical requirements. So we had to work together with Ubisoft and Microsoft and a big testing team to make sure that everything is taken care of, that you get the experience, the quality level that you're used to from Xbox games.
So how was it like working with Ubisoft? How did you still use your creativity and your ideas while working with a third party and their marketing ideas?
Yeah, actually working with Ubisoft didn't change too much on how we developed the game. We were completely free with designing. They didn't want us to make something else out of the game. They didn't try to push things that we didn't want. We were so creativity-wise, we were completely free to do whatever we felt was right for the game.
Okay, what do you have to say to all those other indie developers out there who are looking for motivation to actually finish the game and get it out?
Don't try to compete with the next Call of Duty, or don't try to make the biggest first-person shooter ever. Try to do something that you can possibly finish.